daughter got a pig from her boss at work this week.
And it was supposed to be in the background, and
now it will be, but I needed to do something for the beginning of the podcast.
Hi! Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. Today we are Saturday, April 16th, and this is episode 155. I would like to welcome any new and returning viewers.
Sometimes I think we should call ourselves Two Twisted Skeins. Because there's something wrong with us. I'm Lynn, also known as Total Baby. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, our blog at twotangledskeins.com. We have a Facebook group, we have a Ravelry group, and we're also on Instagram.
We're everywhere, except iTunes.
Shh. Stupid blip.
Mm-hmm.
So, what have you been up to?
Getting up at 4 a.m. every day this week. Well, sorry, not Monday. Monday I got up at 5. I drive my kids to work even...
Ooh, you slept in.
I know. I drive my kids to work even though it's not far. I don't want them walking at that time. And so my son was working 5 a.m. shift 3 days this week, and then my daughter was working a 5 a.m. shift, which she quickly realized she does not like and is going to request not to have anymore.
I was going to say, she's not a morning person.
Neither is my son, but he's probably going to be going permanently on 5 a.m. to 1
p.m. You know,
p.m.
he strikes me as the type of person who, as long as he gets enough sleep, he doesn't care what time.
He's fine.
But she's definitely not a morning person.
No, she's like her mama.
Yep.
So...
Why is there a towel on the back of the door?
Oh, I did Ashley's hair last night.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
My daughter got her hair...
Distracted.
Got her hair thinned because it's quite thick, and basically on the floor, there was so much hair that it could have been a small dog. And everybody, as soon as she took her bun out, everybody was like, because like long, blonde, wavy hair. And then while the girl was cutting them, everybody that walked in was like, can you be like our model anytime we want to try stuff on hair?
My aunt used to use me as a model when she was, because they used to, apparently there's things like hairdresser competitions and things like that.
When she got it cut, I'm like, my hair's longer than yours. So, yeah, I just, a little bit busy at work.
My life has been nutty. I have teenagers. One of them I will pay you to take away. Call me.
Call me, PM me, email me, something.
Oh my god. All I can say is there's
You're
so
going
much
through what I went through.
Drama involved with teenage girls.
It's drama, then they pile on the drama, and then they pile on more drama. And you are not supposed to react to anything.
Mm-hmm. So
I feel ya.
Yeah. I suppose small silver lining, the worse she gets, the better he is. Like, the more helpful he is, and the more he tries to make up for it, I guess. Mm-hmm. Oh, teenagers.
Yep.
It's a good thing they're cute when they're babies, because...
Well, and I mean, that was the case with me too, but every so often, the kid was being bad and the other one was being worse.
Yeah.
They feed off each other
That's
sometimes.
the thing. Yours were sort of escalating each other.
Yes. And they still do that to this day.
The worst part is half the time they hate each other's guts, and the other half they are the best friends in the whole world.
And they work together.
Yep.
So apparently yesterday, Tyler grabbed her phone to send a message to somebody, and he said, "It's Tyler, Ashley's brother, she'll text you later." And then they started bickering. The boss came and went, "No sibling rivalry."
Yeah, because they work together.
Yeah.
Her kids. I don't think that would work for mine. Anyway, this
knitting
is a knitting show. We do that. Sorry.
What? We're only... Oh, I didn't start the timer.
Well done. We're 4:15 in.
So.
Yeah. Normally we're done with foes by now.
I don't have any, and I won't... Well... Go ahead.
We're wearing my foes.
Yes, and it's very warm.
Very warm, so we're going to get through them quickly so we can take them off. I can show you now. This is the test knit I was doing for Teresa T. Gale Designs. It is the cinch cowl. I'll find the right side. That's the right side. So it's reversible, like it's the same on both sides. So you can wear it either way. But, so this is the cinch cowl, and yeah, that yarn really does show really nice stitch definition. Mm-hmm. So there's a hat that goes with it. She's going to be releasing them separately now since Knit Picks turned her down. nice letter she got back, email she got back from the lady at Nitpick saying, we didn't reject you because we don't like the pattern. We didn't reject you because we don't like how you wrote it. It just doesn't fit with the collection we're putting together right now. But please, 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 please keep submitting to us because they really liked her pattern. So unfortunately, she didn't make it in this time, but next time probably. Mm-hmm. So it is a nice long cowl. Oop, that way.
I'll be over here.
Mm-hmm. So it wraps double. You can wear it either as a single piece, the way Sue had it up. Did you have single or double? Single. Okay, yeah. So you can wear it as a single. For me, it doesn't go that far down as a single. Well, okay, belly button length. Mm-hmm. Thereabouts. Or you can wrap it double for super warm. And she made it thin because when you double it, it's like really, really warm.
Yeah.
What's the yarn? This is SMC. Hang on, I've got it in the bag. Why did I do that? I've got it in the bag.
It's right here.
Oh, the
show notes, and I made them really big this time.
The biggest part of my problem is not the fact that they're too small. It's the fact that there's a light right there.
Yeah, we have a new light.
So this is SMC Select Silk Wool. I'll put it above the light so you can see it.
That's Webs.
Is it?
Well, I know the SMC for Sean's sweater was Webs.
No, this is a Coats yarn. Okay,
so
they sell it. They sell it
at
Webs,
Webs,
but it's
sorry.
not their
That's
yarn.
not their.
No, it's a Coats yarn, which is ironically one of the companies that makes cross stitch thread. They make DMC, I think.
Oh.
DMC or Anchor?
Yes. No.
Anyway, they make one of the two. One of the two big cross stitch threads. So that's the yarn. I got it on sale at Janie's closing sale. Actually, I think I got 3 skeins of the gray. The stuff I got 3 skeins of yellow and 2 skeins of brown. So Teresa specifically requested that I do it in this one. And you can see where I had it folded over to block because those ends are a little bit wider than the rest of the cowl. But yes, it is blocked. It's washed, blocked, the whole bit.
Look at her blocking stuff.
And so it will be released soon, probably in the next few weeks. And it is called the Cinch Cowl, SMC Select Wool in colorway 1918, which is gray. Sorry, 7193. That was the lot number. Was the 1918. So it's color 7193, which is medium gray. And it was done on size 6mm, which is US 10.
So that was quick.
It was pretty quick. Once I switched because I had started doing it on a 16-inch circular. And I wanted to tear my hair out.
Because it was too scrunched?
It was perfectly fine. I mean, it's only that wide. So it wasn't the length of the... But it wasn't working for me. So I switched to, I have 8-inch straights, little short ones. Yep. So much faster.
Well, when it's something that small to go back and forth, you don't need cord management, really.
Well, it was, I don't know. It was, I wanted to, but as soon as I switched to the straights, boom, done. So.
And is this the project you procrastinated on grafting?
I waited 3 days before I grafted the ends because it was Kitchener stitch in ribbing.
She had to be mentally prepared.
Teresa provided excellent instructions in the pattern. She even has a little chart for how to do it. And I know I made a couple of mistakes. I mistook a couple of knits for pearls.
Find it.
I can't find it now. Now that it's blocked and washed and everything, I can't find it.
You know that bleep will block right out?
It really does. Because I can't figure out where the ends are.
We were both looking at it and I'm like, I don't...
We went over it like this and we're like... So, it is magically seamless now.
That means her pattern is really good.
Yes, it is. And I really enjoyed knitting it. And I just cast, well, we'll get to that in whips. But yes, I'm doing the hat as well. I'm testing. So, that's my first faux. Now that Sue's no longer wearing one, she's happy.
I don't need any extra heat, let's just say.
Yeah, neither do I, but...
I am having major heat issues.
It's 20 degrees outside.
I know.
Spring is here.
Which means there might not be any show edits because we'll see how long it would take.
We'll see. Well, I do. Selma's not here, so it's not going to take an hour and a half. Like, we're not going to be talking for an hour and a half.
Are you going to scold Selma?
As I babble on for 4 minutes about one project. But anyway, I wanted to talk about these because I blocked the shawl, obviously, and I used these little thingies. Sorry, I'm trying to get above the light here. Knitter's Pride Knit Blockers, which are really cool. They're like little combs.
They're awesome.
There are a bunch of these 8-prong ones. Sorry, I don't know if you can... There
Yep.
you go. So, basically, it's a whole bunch of T-pins stuck together. Mm-hmm. And there are these shorter ones, which are 4-prong.
And it's so fast to block something when you have those.
You're just like,
boop, 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 done.
I was like, holy... And they come in this nifty little thing that has a foam block in the bottom so they can't fall out. Sorry, I dropped the instructions on the floor. They come with this little card in the box that has instructions on how to use them. So they are an awesome, awesome little tool. I am so happy that Stephanie sent these to us.
Thank you,
We
Stephanie.
got these from Stephanie at Stitchcraft Marketing. And they are fantastic.
She spoils us.
They don't rust. They are very sharp, so be careful.
And it makes blocking...
When I picked up my project yesterday, a couple of these were sticking out on the bottom of the blocking mats, and I kind of stuck them into my hand. They're very sharp, so be careful.
You cut your time in like half using those.
Oh yeah, because you're just like boom, 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 done.
And you don't even need like a straight wire or anything.
No, although I think that would have helped with the
probably
the problem I had with the edges fanning out. But because the top and the bottom where I had it, like the edges were fine, but the top and the bottom kind of fanned out a bit.
Mm-hmm. But it'll work itself out.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Nobody will notice it when I'm wearing it.
Nope.
And they come in this nifty little plastic case.
Very portable.
That is very compact and easy to pop into your bag or whatever, or storage. So I love these things. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Stephanie. They are awesome.
What I do with them is I use them as my base, and then if I need to pin anymore, I take my single T-pins.
As if I was doing a shawl with like a picot edge or something like that, I would do this for the straight edge and then use T-pins for the picots.
Yeah.
But it's pretty awesome. And I mean, let me tell you, these are solid. Like they're stainless steel pins, so they're not gonna. I mean, obviously, if you really tried to bend them, you probably could, but it'd be hard.
Yeah, it would be.
So anyway, I used these to block the cinch cowl. And it worked beautifully. So, thank you, Stephanie. Next faux, I am wearing. It looks a little weird, I know. This
it's actually so soft.
These are the ends, and they're going to be sewn together and the ends woven in. And it's just going to be one big piece. So, this is a finger knit cowl. That means that I knit it on my fingers. There were no needles involved. And let me tell you, that's a lot harder than it was when I was 10.
Yes.
For one thing, I need to really need to cut my fingernails because my thumbnail is like stupidly long. And I kept digging it into my finger as I was trying to pick up the strands of yarn and pass them over my finger. And by the end of the night, my finger and my thumb were actually really hot and sore. So yeah, I really need to cut my nails before I do this again. But basically, I had one skein of Malabrigo Rasta that I got from Crystal. She was destashing a bunch of yarn. I'm sure most of you remember. So, there was one skein of this, which is 90 yards. It's not a lot of yarn.
No.
So I could either make a hat or put it with something else to make something bigger.
Or make a really cool cowl.
Or do this. And last night I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that. So this is all I brought to knit night with me. Teresa had to spit splice the two balls together. Because it was wound in a cake, and when I pulled the middle out, I'm like, why are there two strands? There are two ends in the middle of this cake. What the hell? So it took us a good half hour to wind the thing into actual balls, because there were two strands wound together. I guess Crystal was planning on making fingerless mitts or something. But, so Teresa spliced the two ends together for me, and I was able to make one big ball, and then I just went to town, and I was at night for like 2 hours, maybe for 2.5, thereabouts, and I started and finished this at knit night. And
it's what, worsted or bulky?
This is bulky.
Yeah.
So I'll unwind some of it so you can see. This is how it ends up. It's like really big I-cord. Is like, what finger knitting does.
I love the color changes in it.
I know. It's a really beautiful variegated. So finger knitting does basically really fat I-cord. That's what it does.
And so arm knitting is like extra huge I-cord.
Well, no, because you don't...
You're not actually
knitting. I don't
knitting.
know. I've never
arm
seen
knitting.
Arm knitting
is actually knitting.
Yeah.
It's the actual...
This is just, like, I've got one strand over each finger, and I pass the yarn over, and then I, like, It is knitting, but
It's not, yeah.
it's I-cord. That's literally what it is. Because if you had really, really big needles and you were doing I-cord, this is what you'd end up with, like size 15 or something.
Yep.
Well, whatever the diameter of my fingers ends up being. Probably close to a size 15 or 19. So I basically have I think it's about 12 feet of this. So you wrap it around and around and around and around and around. I do plan on sewing the ends together and weaving them in. And then I'm going to take the whole thing off like this. Sorry, excuse my hair. And I'm going to sew across the back so it can't move. So it'll always be this sort of big necklace-y type thing. So that's the idea. Sorry, I will fix my hair now.
Or you could also, anybody else could just not tie it and just change the way it looks every single time.
You could use it as a belt.
Yep.
2-3 times around your waist. You could use it for whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
I actually made a bunch of these when I was a kid out of worsted weight yarn in white, red, and yellow, and they were our Christmas tree garlands.
I think my black cat would take that and run.
Well, she would have had fun getting it off our Christmas tree. But anyway, yeah, I made a bunch of these for our Christmas tree one year when I was a kid, and I can't remember what I did with the rest of them. I think we did some kind of rug where we just wound it around and around. The garlands, yes, she still has. But the rug thing obviously it wasn't made for being walked on and stuff, and it was pretty slippery, so we got rid of that. So that's my second faux. It is a finger knit cowl made from Malabrigo Rasta in the Solace colorway. No needles were used, so I got nothing else to tell you. No needles were
harmed in the process of this cowl.
Fingers, on the other hand, were slightly damaged. So that's it for faux.
Cool. Whips and chains.
I was going to say she could just use her hair.
I could.
And she does occasionally.
I do. I will do whips.
Yes. Yes, you will.
Whips. Woohoo. I am getting so close at doing the bottom curved edging on the Marco Polo.
That's so exciting. Maybe it will be your Stitches sweater.
Maybe it will be.
Since it can't be the Rhinebeck sweater this year.
Well, no, and it won't be going to Texas with me either. So, this is what it looks like.
It looks amazing.
And I got... There's my marker. That's how much I got done. And I actually went too far in the white or the cream and had to pull back, and because I have to change every 12 rows, and sometimes you just get going. And I'm not actually purling, I'm knitting backwards, and I'm absolutely loving it. Loving it.
She taught herself to knit backwards using YouTube to do this.
Yeah, because I hate purling, and my gauge, look at my gauge. You can't even tell.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome. So it's going to be nice and squishy. It's the Marco Polo by Ella Torrente. And I will show you. It's a marked up picture, but you will get the gist of it. It's basically made in 2 colors. Did Mina make hers in 2?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it there.
And she did hers in gray and purple.
The way I assigned the colors, the bottom, the cuffs, and the button band are going to be brown. Because white or cream?
She was like, which color? And I'm like, well, you're going to be sitting on it.
Yeah, because it's going to be long.
And you want something that's not going to get dirty. And we had more of the brown than the red, I think.
Yes. Well, actually, I have this and 1 more of each skein. So I'm hoping it's enough. Unless I have more somewhere else. I don't think so. But this is Cascade 220 Superwash Sport, which doesn't have 220 yards. It has 136. And that's really showing up burnt orange, but that's not the color. It's not that red. Or, sorry, orange. So I have those, and it is being knit on a 4.5 millimeter, which is a US, sorry, don't tell me, 7. And
I was going to say it's our favorite size. How could you forget?
And so it's going to be amazing. And I made myself a new bag for it because it wasn't fitting anything else. Selma got me this leafy fabric. So I made myself a bag.
With strawberries.
So that is raspberries.
Raspberries, I'm
Whip
sorry.
number 1.
I hate yogurt, even with strawberries. Yes, I just pulled a Rob.
Mm-hmm. The other thing on my needles are my Franken socks. And this is what they look like. Oh, stay. This is what they look like. And yeah, one toe's completely green. The other one is multiple colors. Yes, I'm having OCD problem with this, but I'm told to forge forward. And Selma's making me keep them at work because she wants me only knitting on my Marco Polo.
I was going to say, your other alternative is to make all your minis into center pull balls, and nobody wants that.
Nope. No, I rush and joined them all, and I can't even feel the join. Selma didn't like hers when she did it, but I'm just like, nope, it's good. And where's my ball? It's in here. So I caked it up, and I'm pulling from the inside and the outside. So, pretty.
Is that enough for 2 socks?
Yeah, it's 60 grams.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm making shorties?
I'll make whatever I can get out of it. And then any other minis I have, the leftovers, I'm starting a new one. Because hubby might get some Franken socks too.
Apparently I can't count and listen at the same time.
And these are knit on 2.25 millimeters, which is a US 1 needle.
Yes.
And that's being housed in my mini bag, which someone, one of the viewers sent me a link to this fabric. And
it's gold-plated fabric.
Yeah, when I went on the site, it was $14 a yard, and I thought, I'll wait till payday. It's gone.
Teresa was actually wearing a top that was almost identical to that bag last night.
Yeah.
She's got this pinkish purple top.
I decided to bite the bullet, and I went back, and it was gone.
Yeah, it'll be back.
It'll be back. It's all good. And last but not least, my negative knitting project. So I'm knitting the Waiting for Rain along with Yarngasm Podcast, who is Kristen, who is Wool and Vine. So this is it here.
It's a really pretty shawl.
It is. It's got short row lace in it. And why I'm saying negative knitting is I'm knitting and I'm knitting and I'm knitting, and I had to get up to 202 stitches. So I decided to count 232 stitches.
This was like before the podcast last week. It was in the naughty corner.
Yeah, because I moved my stitch mark, my progress keeper, and forgot that that's where I needed to start the short rows. So, yeah. So it is kind of in the middle of a row, kind of back where it was before, which I need to get a move on because it's due at the end of the month. And this is Waiting for Rain by Sylvia Bobilvia, who is Soft Sweater on Ravelry. And it is being knit out of Woolmiza, Pure 100 in the Palomino colorway, which there was a debate in the threads about this color. This is what it's called.
I was wrong. A Palomino is not a spotted horse. It is the golden horse with the white mane and tail. Well, whitish mane and tail. Which is still not the right color.
Palomino. I'm like,
because that is more
brown.
Rowan color? Well, no, not Rowan is more red. But it's not Palomino.
No.
Because a Palomino horse is kind of gold colored.
Yeah.
But,
so,
yeah, I was right. It's not Palomino, but Palomino is not a spotted horse. That is a pinto.
Yeah. So that is being knit on size 4 millimeters, which is a US 6, and it is being housed in my Girl with the Rabbit bag.
I love that fabric. It's so cute.
Yeah, I have a little Notions pouch that I keep my headphones in.
And I don't know if you've tried the tea yet, but
no, I haven't. I'm going to. What
So
are we
good.
drinking? Because, you know, all the other podcasters do this.
I actually have the box because I brought it to give Sue some. We are drinking 4 o'clock tea in the pineapple coconut rooibos. Sue generally usually doesn't like rooibos, but it's coconut.
No, I like rooibos. I'm okay with.
Okay, who was it that didn't like rooibos?
It's spicy herbals I don't like.
But yeah, this so good. And I got this at Bulk Barn, so for anybody in Canada, Bulk Barn.
It's got a little, like, that little kick to it at the end.
Very coconutty. The pineapple is more aftertaste.
Yes, that's what I meant.
But the predominant flavor is coconut. It's so good. So
if
this
you
is
know
one
me,
of our really good teas. The VKN group, we go nuts over the 4 o'clock teas. It's kind of funny.
The girls at work loves tea, so I brought her one of each of the flavors, and she was just like Bulk Barn.
Yeah, Bulk Barn.
It's so good. Oh, mine is the favorite is the Black Forest cake.
I you know what? I haven't tried that one yet.
Oh my
I also haven't tried the orange sorbet. I know Tanya sent me some, but all the tea bags that Tanya sent me went to the States with me because I don't have a steeper in the States, so I need to have bag tea. And so I haven't tried that one. I bought a box of it. I tried the fruit sangria. That one was really good. I have an insane amount of tea in my house.
I have a lot, but not insane.
I have a cupboard full of mostly David's tea, but also a couple of boxes. I have a big bag of 4 o'clock tea in my closet.
So I know who to go raid when I need tea.
The tea that I had before I moved into my current apartment is still in a box somewhere. All the tea in my tea cabinet, which is close to overflowing.
You're going to need to move your cookbooks and that'll be your tea.
That's all stuff I've bought since I moved in. I've lived there less than a year.
You've made a new tea stash.
I have an insane tea stash. Michael was like, oh, look at my tea collection. And I'm like, that's so cute. Because I'm mean. But
well, the thing is, when we're on VKNs, we're all talking about tea. We're all like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah. So that's what we're drinking. Because I wanted to try it. Are you done with your whips?
I'm done.
Okay. I only have 2. Because I was working on the cowl all week. And to be honest, my first whip is barely a whip. I started,
it's
and
on the needles, it counts.
I'm using the bag Selma made me.
It's so pretty.
Because it matches the yarn. I don't know if you can tell, but the outlines and stuff are all dark gray. So it's perfect. Because this is the cinch hat, also by Teresa Seasons. I literally just cast on the hat and did the first 4 rows of ribbing. That's it. I haven't started the pattern yet. So once again, it is out of SMC Select Silk Wool in colorway, 7193, which is medium gray. This is done on size... You didn't copy what I sent you. You just copied that again.
Oh, crap.
Because I was like, I know I copied the right thing. Because I copy from the previous week's show notes and send it to her.
Oops.
So anyway, this is done on 5mm needles, which is US 8, and 6mm needles, which is US 10. So that's missing from this.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's all good. I was just like, wait a minute.
That
doesn't look right.
I did put links to everything. So
when we
do the show notes for Ravelry.
Well, yes, but those links don't work for Ravelry.
But they work when you're using them to do the show notes.
Not when I do mine.
When you don't you taking them from the show notes?
I copy, but I'd still have to put the brackets around it and put pattern, and because it's not web links, it's Ravelry links. It's okay.
You're the one that told me to put the links on the show notes, so
no.
I do it.
You were doing it before I started doing the show notes.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway. So, yes, I love my bag from Selma. It is my new favorite. It sounds more like a duck than a pig. I was like, why is there a duck in my ear? The trauma, I tell you. I have PTSD after doing this podcast every week. I don't, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to make fun of anybody who has PTSD. What?
Nothing?
Duck in my ear? Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You see what I put up with. My other whip.
You keep coming back.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you
because all my stuff is here. Because all my stuff lives here. My other whip is living in my beautiful tulip bag.
I just love how the colors are coming out so bright.
And she said she wasn't able to get more of this fabric. She's like, it's gone. There is no more.
Cool.
So I got to pick. She was like, which fabric do you like better? And I'm like, that one. I love it so much. And yes, I need brightly colored bags and needle minders. This is the needle minder I'm using. It's the rainbow polka dotty one. Because everything I am knitting right now is dark gray. The cowl, the hat.
Got good progress on them.
And the I'm sorry about Vermont socks. So you can see where I was last week. And I'm almost ready for the heel flap. I think I've got like 3 or 4 more rows before I gotta do the heel. Maybe 5. Before I do the heel flap. Rob likes his socks fairly long. So I try to do the full length of my hand. So I've got 5 or 6 more rows to do before I'm ready for the heel flap. I had this crazy thought in my head that, well, I'm going to see Rob next week. I got to finish the socks. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm realistic about that not happening. So I'm not worried. He will get them when he gets them. It's too warm to wear them right now anyway. So
you have until fall.
I'm thinking they might be anniversary socks. Our anniversary's in July.
Okay.
Late July.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that might work. So these are just plain 3x2 rib socks based on the sock recipe, A Good Plain Sock by Stephanie Pearl McPhee. It's from the Knitting Rules book. It is knit out of Regia 4-ply in colorway 00044, which is gray. Medium gray. On size 2.5 millimeter, which is US 1.5. I've tried doing them on size 1s. 2.25 millimeters. I can't do it. It doesn't feel right. It feels weird. They feel way too small, which is weird because it's a 1/4 millimeter difference. But it makes a big difference.
Well, who was it on the VKN said she started something and she was like,
Amanda. She was like, this is not right. This does not feel like my 2.5, my 2.25s. This feels like my 2.5s. And it turns out they were 2.75s. So she was right. They were completely wrong. But it was like, this doesn't feel right. She's right. It doesn't feel right. So yeah, dark brown knitting all over the darn place. I mean, it's all the same color. So that's why the nice bright project bags. Thank you, ladies. That's all my whips. That's it. Yay. Well, you have stash.
Flash the stash. I forgot to print out the hat that Stephanie sent us.
Oh.
Stephanie Goodwin Ritter, who is the person behind that we know at Stitchcraft Marketing,
yes,
sent us a copy of her new hat design, which is called the Berlin hat. We will link it in the show notes.
It's my fault. I saw it on her blog. She had just finished it. Well, she put it in her blog when she published it. Mm-hmm. And I commented on her blog saying, oh, that's a gorgeous hat. That's so pretty. I'm going to buy that and cast it on. And she was like, here you go. And then I was like, oh.
I got a message, a little birdie told me you might like this pattern.
She said, do you think Sue and Selma would like this? And so I asked Sue and she was like, well, duh.
It's from Stephanie.
Well, and it's a really, really pretty hat pattern. Yeah. So check out, she's got the Berlin cowl that is a match to it. And that one's a freebie, I think. The cowl? No. Okay, sorry. They're both $6 patterns, but if you buy them together, I think they're $9.
Yeah, you get a discount.
But gorgeous, gorgeous patterns. Mm-hmm. So it's the Berlin hat and the Berlin cowl by Stephanie Goodwin Ritter. It's Stephanie with an F. And Goodwin Ritter is hyphenated. Mm-hmm. So just look up Stephanie Gurr, Grrr. That's her
Handmade by Stephanie.
Yeah, and Handmade by Stephanie is her blog. So check out that pattern. It's really, really pretty. Mm-hmm. And we will all be probably casting it on. Maybe we should have a Berlin along.
I think she'd like that.
We're going to have a Berlin along at some point.
I downloaded a pattern that Amanda decided to cast on.
Well, that's pretty.
And it's called Equal.
They're super pretty.
Mm-hmm. Free pattern. I'm pretty sure it was a free pattern. And I showed these to Sean today. And I'm like, would you wear this? He's like, yeah.
I don't know anybody who wouldn't wear them. Well,
he's like,
okay. I know a couple of people who wouldn't wear those.
He's like, were you trying to make a point? Because Rob doesn't wear colorful socks.
No. Rob wears monochrome socks. Which is why he gets rare socks.
And I had given bag and stitch markers to Mina to give away for her expat yarn knit along. So everybody that was involved in the swap. And she mistakenly announced it on her Potiversary episode. And so she wrote to me and she's like, I'm really sorry. I hope you don't mind. I'm like, no, but you can give one away for the Cal too. And she's like, well, then please choose two of my patterns and I'll send them to you. It's like, okay. Don't have to tell me twice. So I downloaded for the Love of Rain bow shawl. So it's her bigger picture. She usually has good pictures.
Sarah of the Canadian Nerd just finished knitting one of these and it is gorgeous.
Oh, there it is. That's a really nice picture.
Yeah. It is a beautiful, beautiful shawl.
So that's it there. And the other one I chose is one of her most recent shawls. It's
Le moelleux.
brioche, le moelleux, which means the squishy shawl. So that's it there. And she has offered 2 of her patterns for knit-alongs that we're having. So I thought we would choose one for the sock knit-along and one for the Canada cow.
That works.
And the other thing I got was in the mail yesterday, and it's for both of us. I got some books.
Well, technically 3 of us.
3 of us. So, Bethany, is it Bethany or Brittany? It's Bethany.
I don't remember now.
It's Bethany.
We have a new contact at Interweave.
Yeah.
So
she sent us...
I'm pretty sure it's Bethany. That sounds right.
Yeah. She sent us 5 books. The first one is called Crafters Market 2016, How to Sell Your Crafts and Make a Living.
Sorry. I don't have the drive for that.
So it'll work for me because I sell my stuff, and
Yes.
I perused through it, and there's some really good information in there. And
I've bought the Writer's Market books, and they are really good resources.
Yeah, and then it includes a free subscription to Artists Market Online.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So, and who is this made by?
Fons and Porter is the publisher.
It says Bogart, which is probably... Carrie Bogart is the editor.
Yeah, but Fons and Porter is the publisher.
Publisher in Cincinnati, Ohio.
It's pretty cool. So I like that one.
Book number 1.
That's the first time we've gotten a non-interweave book from them.
Yeah.
Cool.
No. The Holiday Knits, that series we got, it was a magazine, and it had all different... Yeah. The other one we got was called Continuous Crochet by Kristen Omdahl. So this is what it looks like.
I can't wait to look at that one.
Yeah. We'll probably be reviewing these books.
Yes. I'm in the middle of knitting something here.
The other one we got was called New Direction in Sock Knitting by Ann Budd.
That one's pretty cool.
18 innovative designs knitted from every which way. It's really
modular cool. And angled and bias and all kinds of fun things.
Yeah.
It looks really cool too.
The next one is Refined Knits by Jennifer Wood. Sophisticated lace, cable, and Aran lace knitwear.
I think Selma's really going to like that one.
Selma will really like that one. Let's just show the back.
I mean, I like it too, but it's really up Selma's alley.
And then the last one I'm really excited about because
Me too.
I want to design.
I've been designing, but I'm not very good at
I have stuff in my head. It's getting it down on paper. And this is from Kate Atherley. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Writing Knitting Patterns. And she's Canadian, by the way. So this is what that looks like.
I've met her, haven't I?
No.
No? Are we sure?
Mm-hmm. So that's what that looks like. And I just perused a little bit through it. And it is chock full of information. Like her custom socks book was good. This looks even better. So.
Are we getting electronic versions of those?
I thought she was sending them to you.
I will email her.
Yeah.
Because, I would really like to.
So that's...
I have a copy of that one, too.
That's my,
That's your stash? Sorry, you're going to have to wait till I finish my row here.
Should I get the pig?
No. No pig. Not unless you're making bacon, lady.
Making bacon. Making bacon.
Sorry.
Bacon.
3x2 is easy, but I do have to concentrate a little bit because otherwise I knit the pearls and knits and so on and so forth. I don't have a lot of stash. I have the Berlin hat pattern from Stephanie Goodwin Ritter as well, and I didn't publish it. I didn't print it because I don't have ink in my printer.
I forgot.
So that's a big drawback. But I got something really, really special this week. Joanne, who is...
Red Wren 7.
Red Wren 7 on Ravelry. She's a friend of ours from Knit Night. And... this time last year, my friend Kim passed away. And Kim's sister and friend Laura Lee, they're 2 separate people. Sorry. Her sister and her friend Laura Lee went to some of the Knit Nights to sort of disseminate her stash among people who knew her. And I was in Minnesota.
I got
at a wedding.
Briggs and Little.
She grabbed me a little ball of Angora. It's about this big. that I'm going to be able to make either a little heart or a little bit bluebird of happiness or something out of. But basically, I missed the memorial service, which really bothered me because I was at this wedding in Minnesota. And I didn't get to go to that. I didn't get to see her sister. I didn't get to see anybody. But Joanne had grabbed some stuff from the stash that was being passed around and gave me, I left it at home because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but she gave me an unfinished pattern of Kim's in fisherman's wool.
Nice.
And it's a cabled panel. I don't know what it was supposed to originally be, but it's literally just
Might be on her Ravelry page.
It probably is. So I'll look, and she gave me the wool that was with it to finish it. So, but she also gave me this. Nancy Bush's Folk Socks, which is a really, 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 really awesome book. Try to get it straight. There we go. I was trying to get it straight without the glare from the light. So I'm this, I don't knit socks from a pattern. I'm not likely to knit colorwork socks, but it's just something that I will always treasure because it was Kim's. Mm-hmm. So I got a really, really cool book. And that's it for Stash. I think that's it for Stash. I didn't check my mail this week.
Okay. So save your pennies, coupon codes. Check out all of our coupon codes in the Canada Cal coupon code thread because some of them are already active.
So and we won't mention them here until the Cal starts.
No, and there's too many anyway.
Yeah.
And
it's gone crazy.
6 Munchkin Stitching, her ongoing coupon code for 10% off is 2Tangled10, all spelled out.
Well, except the 10. 2Tangled10. They're gonna be right here anyway. Bags by Awesome Granny.
Get the pig.
Ashley's probably sitting in the kitchen laughing her butt off. Mm-hmm. So Bags by Awesome Granny also has an ongoing coupon code for 10% off, and it is the number 2TS10. We have some very exciting stuff coming in the mail in the next
from
few
Darlene.
weeks. Darlene, we have stuff coming from Pirate Yarn. We have stuff coming from Seattle Sky Dye Works, who did her first major craft show last weekend in Seattle.
Nice.
Or it was somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. It was either Seattle or Portland or something in that area. So that's very exciting. Some of it is waiting for me at Rob's house. I won't be here next weekend. I'm going to be in Chicago because it's Passover and I'm the cook.
Selma is hoping to be able to come and record. She has family from Finland here. Her aunt is here. And they're actually in Montreal right now. And yeah, so she's going to try. If she doesn't, well,
you'll be on your own, and I'll record a little segment in Chicago and send it off to her. I'll put it on my Google Drive or something like that. I'll do that on Friday because I'm not going to wait until Saturday to do it.
And then at least it'll be done and I can...
Yeah, and you can just grab it. And
yeah.
So anyway, there will be podcasts, but I won't be sitting here.
No.
So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Look at us. 45 minutes.
Yeah. Pretty good. So happy crafting, everybody, and go enjoy the weather if it's nice where you are.
It's beautiful outside. It snowed in Arizona. Rob's aunt and uncle are hiking in Flagstaff, and they woke up to like 2 inches of snow on the ground.
It's not us. That's all I have to say.
Nope. I'm happy.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.